All right, let's get busy. You're welcome to lie down on your mat, to sit in a meditative posture, or perhaps bring your big toes to touch and take your knees wide and come into a child's pose. What sounds inviting this afternoon? What sounds like something that you can really start to tune out the world around you and just bring it on home and start to breathe? Anchor into your inhales and your exhales and just allow yourself to truly stay right here, focused on your breathing. We won't be here too long. So keep cycling through your inhales, really fill up, and if you're lying down, you might feel your chest lift. Soften your face. Take slow exhales out. If you're seated, when you breathe in deeply on your inhales, you might feel more length come into your spine. And when you exhale, maybe your sitting bones ground. And if you're in child's pose, your inhales might lift you through your back body. And then exhaling, really let the weight come into your arms and your hands as your forehead is pressed against the mat. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. And then nice and slow, you start to bring a little bit of movement into your own bodies. Make it match your breath. So whether you're inhaling and moving yourself from right to left, or walking your hands back and forth, or rolling your forehead, whatever it takes to bring yourself around, and we're going to all meet right in downward facing dog. Hi, Kathy. So take a full breath in and a full breath out as you make your way into your first downward dog of the afternoon. At least I'm presuming it's your first downward dog of the afternoon. And when you get there, spread all 10 fingers nice and wide. Maybe come up onto your fingertips and then replant your hands nice and solid, sealing beneath that index knuckle and the thumb pad knuckle. And once you have your hands and arms strong and steady, breathe into your hips as you lift them a little bit higher. Exhaling, let your heels release a little bit closer to the ground, and you know they won't touch. And maybe you need to pedal out your feet and or bend your knees to bring your shins parallel to the mat. Some place where you can breathe into the nooks and crannies of what's achy or just feeling a little bit off, creating a little bit more space. And then let's settle and ground. So take a full inhale as you pause in your down dog and a full exhale. Really keep coming back into your breath here. So inhale the right leg straight out behind you, lift it up, bend at the knees, start to stretch open, stacking the right hip on top of the left, and then exhale, bring that foot back down, squaring off your hips. Take a full breath in as you pause, and a slow breath out. And then let's take that yawn, that stretch the other direction. Inhale the left leg straight out behind you, push through the heel, bend at the knees, stacking the left hip on top of the right, really rolling open. And then exhale, take that leg out long behind you and place the foot back down right next to the right. Inhale, lift up to your toes. Exhale, glide forward into plank, and it will be your choice whether or not you keep your knees up or you lower them to the mat. Just keep drawing your heart forward, finding a nice diagonal line from knees through hips, through shoulders, through crown. Take a full breath in if you're in full plank, and a full breath in even if your knees are down, and then exhale your hips high, downward facing dog. Again, think about how you're creating some openness here and some new life into your body so you can breathe deeply to create some heat. And the heat will help warm you up from the inside out so your muscles can stretch and your tendons can release, and you can start to really get into each one of these poses. So inhale again up to your toes. On your exhale, glide forward into plank, pausing again, taking a full breath in and a full breath out. Really start to engage the core muscles, lifting up through the hips and the thighs. Stay strong, breathing right into your shoulders. And then on your exhale, we're going to lower down. So bend your elbows, take yourself flat to the mat. Hips and shoulders meet at the same time. Untuck your toes. Big breath in for a cobra. Drawing the shoulders back. Now pause here. Try not to lift the chin too much. Just feel the heart move forward as you draw your upper back muscles up and back. And then exhale, release, lower down. Let's take 2 more cobras. So stay light in the hands that are right by your ribs. Or you could spider your fingers right off the mat, opening up more through the heart area. Inhaling for another cobra. Exhaling as you release. 1 more. Inhaling up. Exhale, lower down. If you had moved your hands, bring them back by your side bodies. Tuck your toes and push back up through your knees or full plank, pausing, and then the hips go high, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in as you lift up to your toes. Exhale, bring your feet up right in between your hands. Set your feet in your forward fold. Take a full breath in for a halfway lift, and then exhale, release, lower down. Take a nice deep inhale as you sweep up, open up, lift up. And then exhale, follow the hands right back down through center to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk your feet back out to plank and pause. Now really bring some energy into this plank here, and you can choose to take your knees down if you want. There's no right or wrong. I want you to focus on your core, pulling in and up, staying strong through those arms. Full breath in, and then on your exhale, lower yourself all the way to the mat. And then you move through your vinyasa flow as you need to. So as you lower down, inhaling, draw the shoulders back for cobra, and then exhale, release. Hi, Eileen. Yes, I know. I wasn't sure if I should wear my shirt. And yes, Christine, I'm super glad that you finally are here. We're just moving and breathing through some opening poses. You know them well. So we're going to do 1 more. If everybody's back in down dog, take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale up to your toes. Exhale, bring your feet forward. Plant your feet hip distance apart for your forward fold. Big breath in for a halfway lift. Exhale, release. Use the full breath to rise up, sweep up, hands up, maybe look up. And then exhale, forward fold. Take the hands right back down through center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Pause here. Take your feet back out to plank. Really feeling that strength. Come up your arms. Puff up the space between your shoulder blades, staying strong. Pulling into the low belly in your plank. And then choosing if you stay here or you take your knees down, let's lower. Exhale as you bend your elbows close to your side bodies. Nice, strong lowering down. Hips and shoulders meet the mat at the same time. Big breath in for a cobra. Or if you want to straighten those arms and float those thighs, let's move right into upward dog. 1 more breath in, and you tuck your toes and lift your hips and move yourself back into downward facing dog. You can move through your down dog by pedaling out your feet if you need to create some more space and length, or if you're good and you just want to stay still, that's awesome. Breathing into the stillness of the pose can help you pay attention to what else is going on in your body. So take another full breath in and a full breath out. With your next breath, inhale the right leg straight out behind you. Exhale, bring the foot forward, plant it by your thumb. Take a full breath in as you rise up for crescent. Be big and bold and strong here. Now, pull in through the low belly. Drop the elbows. And then we're going to twist open, left hand forward, right arm back. Keep pulling into the low belly. Inhale, sweep back up, crescent. And then exhale, hands down. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Bring the left foot forward to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift, continuing to pull into the low belly. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise high to stand. Right through your fingertips, there's energy moving. And then as you exhale, bend your knees, sit your hips back. Let's come into chair. We're going to take our time as we move through so we can continually focus on pulling in through that low belly, activating the core muscles. You're dropping your tailbone here in chair, pulling in, keeping that low back safe. Your hands can always come to your heart space, so don't be shy if your shoulders are screaming at you. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Let the heat build. And then with your next breath, forward fold right over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk your feet back out to plank. And again, your choice to move through the vinyasa that is yours. Lowering down from plank or with knees down first, or maybe you skip it all together and move right back into your downward facing dog. Okay, so just keep breathing as you choose to move or you choose to hold a pose. It's completely up to you and where your body is this morning, or I mean this afternoon. See, I don't even know where I am this afternoon. Take a full breath in and a full breath out when you get back to your down dog. Notice if you're starting to heat up from the inside out. Keep pulling that low belly in and up. Whenever we activate muscles and draw them onto the bone, making them strong, it's creating its own little heat system right inside you. So allow that to happen. Taking a full breath in and a full breath out. And then inhale your left leg straight up behind you, and with your exhale, bring that foot forward and plant it by your thumb. Pulling in and up, lift strong, coming into crescent on this side. Again, arms frame the head. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Pull in through that low belly, staying strong, and then take the elbows down, opening up across the heart. With your next breath, take the right arm forward and the left arm back. Full breath in as you twist open toward the left. Full breath out. And then inhale, sweep the arms back up to frame the head, coming back into crescent. Exhale, plant the hands by the left foot and pause. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. With your next breath, bring that right foot forward to meet the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Sweep up strong, again, pulling into that low belly, and then exhale your hips back. Come back to chair. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And again, pay attention to what you need in the shoulder area. So if you need to bring your hands to your heart space, or you just want to cactus the arms, you can do that in chair too. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Tuck your tailbone, pull in through the low belly some more. But keep opening up across your heart, drawing those, separating your collarbones. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. With your next breath, forward fold right over your legs. They straighten and you're in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk your feet back out to plank. Pause in your plank and decide how you want to rinse this off. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out as you either lower down and move through your vinyasa or skip it and go right back to downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Sometimes we just need to breathe and go through the movements, the motions. It isn't so much that you have to have some huge formal plan on where you're going to go and how you're going to get there. Just enjoy the ride. Enjoy each inhale and each exhale. You're breathing. That's a good thing. You're in downward facing dog. That's a good thing. You're creating some strength. You've got your head lower than your heart. So it's kind of like an inversion, right? Whenever your head is below your heart, you have that sensation of turning gravity upside down. And anytime you turn yourself upside down, it gives you a fresh perspective. So regardless of what your mindset was this afternoon when you decided you were going to take class, you might have been in a good mood or a bad mood, it could easily shift just from holding down dog. Don't judge it, just go with it. Take a full breath in as you inhale up to your toes. On your exhale, glide forward into plank. Stack your shoulders right over your wrists. Stay strong through your hands. Feel the energy come up your arms and fill up that space in between your shoulder blades. And we're going to come into side plank. So hopefully you're engaging through your core right now, lifting through the hips and the thighs. And you can either take your toes together and roll to the outside edge of the right foot, or take your right knee down right under your hip and kickstand that foot off. Either way, you're going to breathe open into your side plank, lifting the left hand, staying strong through the right, and regardless of if your knee is down or you're rolled to the outside of your right foot, breathe into those hips like somebody's helping you lift them up toward the ceiling. It's a strong pose. Use your breath to continue to create some energy and some heat. One more breath in, one more breath out. Roll back to full plank and pause. We're going to go right to the other side. So toes stay together and you roll to the outside edge of the left foot, or you take the left knee down and you kickstand that foot off and open up, twisting open toward the right, taking a full breath in and a full breath out, feeling that strength move through you with each inhale and with each exhale. One more breath in, exhale the hand down, lift the hips high, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in as you lift up to your toes. We're just going to keep it moving. Exhale, bring the feet forward right between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Big breath in as you rise to stand. Take a full breath in and then exhale it all the way out, forward fold. Hands can come right back down through center, or you just sweep them right back down like a swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Walk your feet back out to plank. Rinse it off, lowering down through your vinyasa flow, or just lifting your hips high for downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. Sigh it all out, let it go. We're just going to keep moving and breathing and go from one pose to the next. So inhale that right leg straight up behind you. Exhale, bring the foot forward, planted by your thumb. Take a full breath in as you rise up strong for crescent. Arms frame the head. Drop the elbows and pause. Remember to pull in through the low belly. And then with your next breath, take that left arm forward and the right arm back, twisting open toward the right. One more breath in. One more breath out. Inhale, come back to center, frame the head. Bring your hands to your heart space and pause. Start to lean out over that right leg. Pulling into the low belly some more. Keep coming back to the center of your body. And from there, we're going to move into Warrior 3 with hands at your heart center. So breathe in nice and deep. Push off the left toes and straighten the right leg. Feel the crown of the head and the heart move forward as the left heel is like you're going to put your footprint on the back wall. Internally rotate that leg down so the pinky toe of the left foot is pointed toward the ground. Leveling out your hips. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more breath in and then rebend the right knee. Take the left foot back to the earth behind you and sweep up again for crescent. Take a full breath in and a full breath out and just pause as you've moved so purposefully and strong through these motions. One more breath in. Exhale the hands down. Take that right foot back to meet the left. And then you choose to flow or go right back to down dog, or maybe take a child's pose. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Remember, we're focused on just the breath and the movement at this particular time, not necessarily where it needs to go. With each breath, with each incredible inhale and exhale, you are changing what's going on in your body. Things are heating up, you're drawing in energy, you're expending energy, and hopefully detoxing a little bit at the same time. From your down dog, take one more breath in. Open your mouth, sigh it all out, let it go. And then inhale the left foot straight up behind you. Exhale, bring that foot forward, plant it by your thumb. Take a full breath in as you rise up strong for crescent here. And as you rise up, check out where your feet are. They should be in two separate lanes, giving you good, strong stability. Drop the elbows down again, pulling into the low belly, refining this pose, feeling the shoulder blades hug onto the back body. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then we're going to take the right arm forward and the left arm back and twist open toward the left. Pause and breathe. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then inhaling, come on back up to crescent. Full breath in. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart space and pause. Start to re-engage to that low belly if you forgot about it. And from the center of your body, from your core, you're going to breathe in and up, pushing off those right toes and straightening the left leg. Take yourself into Warrior 3 on this side. Hands at the heart, hips level to the ground, internally rotating that right leg so the pinky toe points toward the earth. Breathe and find extension here. Find some length as the crown of the head goes forward and the sole of that foot is like a footprint on the back wall. Strong and steady. One more breath in and then rebend the knee. Take the other foot out long behind you, rising high for crescent once again. Take a full breath in, regaining your balance. Exhale the hands down. Take the foot back to plank. Choose to flow and move through vinyasa or skip it all and go back to down dog. Are you breathing? Maybe a little bit of huffing and puffing. Enjoy that heat that your body's creating, that transfer of energy. Such a cool thing. And then let's everybody bring your big toes to touch. Take your knees wide. Let's come into child's pose for a breath. This beautiful reconnecting pose where you're able to breathe nice and deep, yet it helps settle right where you are. So you're still breathing and you're still warming up from the inside out, but you have this opportunity where it's almost like a timeout. And you can just regroup. If your thoughts had taken you elsewhere, you can settle in and just go, you know what? I'm just going to breathe here. Take a full breath in and a full breath out and pause. And then pretending that there's like tennis balls underneath your hands, come on up to your fingertips, spider hands. Activate all those muscles on your arm bones. Now with your next breath, walk your hands over to the left. Keep drawing that right hip back. Stretch out those right ribs. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. And with your next breath, walk your hands back through center. Keep them going. Rock them right over to the right, stretching out the left side of your body. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then walk your hands back to center. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Let's go back to downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. So this time when we come into three-legged dog, if you want to flip it, you can. So take a full breath in, pushing out through the right heel, bend at the knees, stack the hips open toward the right. And if you want to keep right on going, take that right foot around behind you. Flipping your dog, letting the hand reach to the front of the room. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then flip your dog back over. Both feet connected to the earth, both hands connected to the earth, tipping the hips up nice and high. Take a full breath in and a slow breath out. Inhale the left foot straight out behind you and really push through the heel to get some length first. Then bend at the knee. Stack the hips, rolling open toward the left. And you can keep right on going and taking that left foot right over. Maybe the hand reaches to the front of the room. Just a great big stretch and twist. One more breath in, one more breath out. Bring the foot back around, plant it next to the right, hips stay high, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in as you lift up onto your toes. Bring your feet forward, right between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. From here, I would like you to toe heel your feet apart and point the toes off the mat. Start to bend your knees and take your hips down for Malasana. Now, you're coming into this from a forward fold, so the upper body is already too far forward. See if you can lift up and try to stack your shoulders over your hips. Your feet should be fully connected to the earth. And if that's too much for you, you can put a block under your bottom, or you could just lift up out of the bent knees a little bit more. Maintain your balance, pulling into the low belly. Squatting in this yoga squat, this pose called Malasana. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Let your hips settle down. Tailbone goes right to the ground. Bring your legs up in front of you. We're going to come right into boat. I told you there'd be a little bit of core today. So flex your feet. Lift up through the heart. Shoulders back. You can keep your hands behind your thighs or just reach your arms out in front. You can take your fingers onto the floor. Take a full breath in, pulling into the low belly, and a full breath out. And then we're going to lower down. We're going to inhale, bring it back up. Lower down. Inhale, bring it back up. Lower down. Inhale, bring it back up. Pause and breathe, and then bring your feet down to the ground. Hands go down to the ground, fingers pointing toward your bottom. Take a full breath in as you lift up for a reverse tabletop. Just stretch it all out. Big breath in. You can let your head go back. You can look up. And then exhale. Let your hips come back to the earth. Bring the knees back up. One more time in boat. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. This time we're just going to hold the pose. Now really keep drawing the shoulders back, feeling the heart lift. Don't lift your chin too much. Feet are flexed. Keep breathing. You've got this. This is just creating some heat. No big deal. One more breath in. One more breath out. And then from here, bring your legs down, cross your legs, sit in Sukhasana, easy pose. Take a full breath in, sweep your arms up. Let's twist to the left, right hand over the left knee, left hand behind you like a kickstand. But we're not going to stay for long, so take one more breath in and one more breath out. Inhale back through center, hands go high. Exhale the other direction. Keep lifting right from the tailbone through the crown of the head. One more breath in, one more breath out. Come back to center. Hands come right down. Walk them out in front of you. Take your legs out long behind you. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale that right leg straight out behind you. Exhale, bring the foot forward, planted by your thumb. Inhale, rising strong for crescent. Lift up through the fingers. Look up. Let your shoulders go with you. You can even take a little bitty back bend here. But then settle straight up, pulling in through the low belly. Shoulders can start to come down as you bring your elbows down. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. This time, take your hands behind your back. Interlace the knuckles. Draw them down to the earth. Really lifting through the heart. Feel that shoulder stretch. Doesn't that feel amazing? Take a big breath in and a big breath out. With your next breath, start to hinge forward over that bent leg. And from here, this is all core because now your hands are in a bind behind you. Start to straighten that right leg, pushing off the left toes, coming into warrior three with your hands in the bind. And certainly if that doesn't work for you and you feel very unstable, release the hands and just bring them to your side bodies. You could take them forward for the full expression. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then bring the left foot down to meet the right. Sweep the hands up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart space and pause. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Feel your feet connect and ground. Feel that energy come up your legs. Let it settle into your low belly, pulling in those low abdominal muscles. Draw your shoulders back, pressing your heart into your thumbs and your thumbs right back onto your chest. One more breath in, one more breath out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk your feet back out to plank. Pause in your plank, and then you choose knees up or down, to lower or not, to vinyasa flow through those poses, those connecting poses that will eventually take you back to down dog, or you've already skipped it and you're waiting patiently in your down dog. It's your choice. It's all good. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Reconnect through all 10 fingers and all 10 toes. Pausing in the beauty of this inverted pose. Letting it change your perspective and not worried about what comes next. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale the left leg straight up behind you. With your breath, exhale, bring the foot forward, plant it by your thumb. Rise high on an inhale for crescent on the left. Nice big breath in, big breath out. And stay strong as you reach up. And again, the shoulders can go right up. And then as you settle into the pose and you breathe deep, you pull in your low belly. You start to take your elbows down, lifting through the heart. Shoulders come back down. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Again, taking the hands behind your back, interlace the fingers the opposite way. That just means maybe now your left thumb is on top of your right thumb. Draw the knuckles down again, finding that upper body stretch through the shoulders, through the back, opening up more across your heart. One more breath in, one more breath out. And then with your next breath, start to hinge forward right over that left thigh. Breathing deeply, pull in through that low belly and find the inner core strength that you have to straighten that left leg, pushing off the right toes, coming into warrior three with your hands bound. And again, you know you. If that's not working, release the hands. The arms can stay right by your side bodies. And then once you're in your warrior three again, if you want to take the arms forward, just move nice and slow. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more breath in, and then on your exhale, bring that right foot down to meet your left. Take a full breath in as you sweep up. Exhaling again, drawing the hands right back into your heart space and pausing. And whenever you have the opportunity to come into Tadasana, where you're strong and steady, feet fully connected, and everything stacked in perfect alignment, not only do I want you to soften your shoulders down, but I want you to think about your face. So release your jaw, maybe move it right to left. Take the tongue away from the roof of your mouth and soften your eyes. You may even start to close your eyes just a little bit and gaze down the tip of your nose. Enjoy the strength of Tadasana, the poise and the beauty of this pose. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. From here, I want you to open up your eyes, lift up your hands on an inhale. Once again, exhaling, bring them back down to your chest. And then inhale the right knee straight up in front of you, crossing the ankle over the left knee. You can stay right here with your hands at your heart. You could take your hands to your hips. You could start to bend that left knee, taking your hips back like you would in chair. Keep that right foot flexed, finding your balance in standing figure 4 pose. Breathing and maintaining what you need. One more breath in and one more breath out. Inhale, straighten that left leg. Bring the right knee back up in front of you. The foot is still flexed. Bring your hands back to your heart space. And then let's really move forward, flying into Warrior 3. Right heel goes out long behind you. Arms go out in front of you for the full expression. And even if you're only there for one breath, that's okay. One more breath in. And then our feet will meet. We'll rise back up on an inhale, bringing the hands back to Tadasana. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Pause. Give your body time to adjust to what you've been doing. Not worried about what comes next, even though you know there's another side. Take a full breath in. Sigh it all out. Staying strong in that right leg. Inhale the left knee up in front of you, keeping the foot flexed. Cross it over your right knee. Standing strong with your hands at your heart or taking them to your hips. Nice and slow, you could start to bend that right knee, taking the hips back like you would in chair. Heart goes forward, crown of the head goes forward. Keep drawing your shoulders back. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then with your next breath, start to straighten that right leg. Bring the left knee back up in front of you. Remember, we're still hugging everything in through the low belly, everything into the center line. Hands are back at your heart space. And then with lots of energy, start to hinge at the hips, take the arms forward, push the left heel to the back wall, coming into the full expression of Warrior 3. And if your balance is super off today, which it could be, it's Monday, I mean, who knows? Keep your toes on the ground. But you can still have that sensation from your hips through the crown of your head, taking your heart forward. Find length right out through your fingertips. Then if you have some balance and you want to try to lift those left toes off the ground, awesome. In the meantime, if you've already been here for a while, let's bring the feet to meet. Sweep up on an inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Come right down, fingertips to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Walk your feet back out to plank. Pause in your plank. If you'd like to take a side plank here, bring your toes to touch. Roll into the outside edge of your right foot. Sweeping open. Take a full breath in. Maybe this time the left hand goes forward, palm down. You could lift the left leg up, but keep pulling into the low belly. And then come back into plank. Toes are on the ground. Feel the heart move forward. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And let's roll to the other side. Side plank on the left. Outer edge of the left foot or the left knee's down. Take a nice deep breath in. Decide if the right hand goes forward, palm down, and you lift that right leg or not. Everything is optional. You base it on your breath. Keep pulling in through the belly. One more breath in and then rolling back to plank. Toes touch. Lift your hips high, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And remember, whenever you're in your down dog, you know you can pedal out your feet if you need to create that movement to create more space. But then when you find it, settle in. Find the stillness of the pose. I know some people are very uncomfortable in stillness, and I know some people are very uncomfortable with moving. They just kind of want to hold that pose and feel that strength moving through their bodies. You're building strength regardless of what you're doing. And maybe the challenge is doing what you're not comfortable with. I don't know. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Okay, let's move again. Inhale, right leg straight out behind you. On an exhale, bring that foot forward, planted by your thumb. Full breath in as you sweep up, rise up strong for your crescent. This time, swivel the back foot down. Let's come into Warrior Two. Let your shoulders release, but stay strong right through your fingertips. Take a nice deep breath in as you flip open that right hand. Big breath in as you stretch up and back. And then exhale, come back to Warrior Two. Check your footing. That's great. Check your feet. So you know that you've got good alignment. You're pushing out on the outside edge of that left foot, and your right knee is stacked right over the right ankle. And again, open up that right hand, big breath in, sweep up and back. Exhaling this time, come into side angle. Rest that right elbow nice and soft on the right thigh. Left hand goes high. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Now, if your shoulders are bothering you here, you could turn the left hand around and place the back of the hand on the small of your back. Just keep encouraging yourself to keep twisting open, moving those ribs right around, drawing that left shoulder back. Take a full breath in here and a full breath out. Don't be afraid to hold this pose. It is work. It is challenging. And it may be a little bit uncomfortable, but provided you're not in pain, you're good. Come back to your breath. It's only a moment. One more breath in. One more breath out. Start to use your core. Lift yourself back up for Warrior Two. Stay strong through your fingers. Flip that right hand. Big breath in and up. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Frame that right foot. Come to your left toes and pause. Take a full breath in using your core. Jump switch your feet or step the left foot forward and the right foot back. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then inhaling, rise strong for crescent on the left. Keep that left knee stacked right over your ankle. Breathing deep, and then exhale into Warrior Two. So your left arm is forward, your right arm is back. You stay nice and strong right through the fingertips as you release the shoulders. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Flip that left hand, big breath in, sweep it up, reach back. Stay bent in that left knee. Coming back to your Warrior Two, check out your feet here. You're pushing out on the outside edge of that right foot, and the left knee is stacked right over the ankle. Stay strong. Breathe with me. I know it's work. Take another full breath in as you open up that left hand. Big breath in, sweep it up. And then this time, let's exhale into side angle. The left elbow goes soft on the left thigh, and the right hand goes up. Big breath in, big breath out. And again, if it's bothering your right shoulder, turn your hand around, place the back of the hand on the small of your back. Take a full breath in and a full breath out, and just pause here as you breathe into the strength of this pose. I know it's not easy. You're rotating all your ribs right around, opening up, drawing that right shoulder back. Feel the crown of your head continue to move forward, but stay firmly planted through your feet. One more breath in, one more breath out, and then using that core strength that we keep coming back to, inhale as you lift yourself back up for Warrior Two. Flip the left hand, big breath in, sweep it up. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the left foot, come to the right toes and pause. With breath, bring the right foot forward, so you're in a forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up, pull in through the low belly, exhale your hips back, come into chair. Keep tucking your tailbone to keep pulling in through the low belly, keeping all those muscles strong and engaged. One more breath in, one more breath out. And again, you can take your hands where you need to, so whether they come to your heart space or not, we're all going to bring our hands there in another breath. So if they're extended, take another full breath in and a full breath out, and now everyone bring your hands to your heart space. Sit your hips back just a little bit lower, lay out right over your legs. Find some length from the crown to the tailbone. And then we're going to twist to the right. So the left elbow goes outside the right knee. And your hands that are pressing against one another may feel like they're way outside your right shoulder. Do your best to keep bringing them closer toward the center of your body. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, forward fold right over your legs, straightening your legs. Toe heel your feet apart. Let your hands come to opposite elbows. And from this ragdoll, release your head so there's no tension in your neck and allow your body to sway a little bit right to left. Be nice to yourself. There's nothing wrong with pushing ourselves a little bit, creating that heat, that engagement, having our breath match the movement. But it's also okay to let go and to pause and to be nice to ourselves. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. With your next breath, let your hands come back to the earth. Toe heel your feet back in underneath your hip points. With a firm breath, inhale for a halfway lift. Pull in through that low belly. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand. On your exhale, sit your hips back for chair. Keep your arms extended for as long as you can, whether it's uncomfortable or not. As long as you're not in pain, that's what you need to focus on. Then when you've had enough and you want to bring your hands to your heart space, you can. But that one extra breath that you may challenge yourself may be just what you need to build a little bit more tolerance for this pose. Take another breath in and another breath out. And after all, isn't it all about the breath? Just one more breath to get us through. Sometimes that prevents us from saying things that we don't want to really say. Or maybe it gives us that moment to think, I should say that a little bit softer than I want to. One more breath in, one more breath out. Sitting the hips back a little bit lower, laying out over your legs. Let's take that twist in the opposite direction. Right elbow outside the left thigh. And again, as you settle into this twist, if you find that your hands are way far outside your left shoulder, start to draw that left shoulder back, seeing if you can bring your hands a little bit closer to the center of your body. Yeah, that takes a lot of work. And it's not right or wrong, it's just a place to shoot for. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. The more we practice it, the more our body will remember it. And eventually someday maybe it'll get a little bit closer. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. One more breath in, and then exhale, straighten your legs, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk your feet back out to plank. Pause in your plank, and again, your choice is to flowing through a vinyasa flow or skipping it all together and going right back to your downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Pausing in your down dog and allowing yourself to be right here. One more breath in, one more breath out. Okay, we're going to take one more flip dog if you'd like. Otherwise, you can keep it at three-legged dog. So big breath in as you lift the right foot out straight behind you, push through the heel. Then bend at the knees, stack your hips open toward the right. This time, come back to your shoulders. If you feel like you've twisted, see if you can draw your shoulders a little bit more square to the earth. That might mean your three-legged dog isn't as open as you're used to. That's okay. Or maybe you took it all the way around and you're back in flip dog. Keep breathing wherever you are and pull into the low belly. And then exhale, bring the foot back around. Come back into your downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet, bend both knees, bringing your shins a little bit closer to the earth. And then with a breath, straighten the legs, shift the hips up nice and high. Press the backs of the thighs to the back of the room. Almost like somebody's pulling you right out of your hands, but you know you're grounded because you're pressing down behind the index pad and the thumb pad. Take a full breath in as you sweep the left leg straight out behind you, again pushing through the heel, finding length. Bend at the knee, stack the hips, opening up toward the left. And again, pay attention to your shoulders. If you feel like you've shifted, draw that left shoulder back down, squaring it off. And again, that might make that flipped three-legged dog a little bit more closed, and that's okay. Or if you took it all the way around and you flipped your dog, that's okay too. One more breath in. One more breath out. Bring that left foot back down to the earth to meet the right. Inhale, up to your toes. On your exhale, walk your feet up right between your hands. Set your feet with a full inhale. Breathe into that halfway lift. Pull in through the low belly. Feel the crown of your head move forward. And then exhale, forward fold. Big breath in as you rise to stand. Exhale, bring your hands right back to your heart space and pause. Let's just stand here in Tadasana for 2 more breaths. Inhaling as you pull into the low belly, let your shoulders release, feel the crown of your head lift. Exhale, feel your feet ground down. Feel the strength that you've created, and maybe you notice if you're really nice and toasty warm by now. That's my hope for you. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, sweep the hands up high. Swan dive, exhale, forward fold right over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Walk your feet back out to plank. Pause in your plank. We're going to come into side plank one last time. So bring your big toes to touch. Roll to the outside edge of your right foot or take the right knee down. Just move and breathe as you sweep open to the left. Exhale that hand down. Coming into it on the other side. Right hand goes up. Right hand comes down. Take one more breath in your plank, and then knees down or not, bend your elbows, lower all the way to the floor. Inhale for cobra or up dog. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes, push back through your knees or to full plank. Pause and breathe, and then shift your hips up, downward facing dog. Nice work. We're going to move on to the floor now so that you can recoup. You know what's coming. My favorite pose of every yoga class, Shavasana. Okay, big breath in up to your toes. Exhale, walk your feet forward right through your hands. Come to sit down. Take your legs out long in front of you. And then, move around a little bit so your sitting bones are truly connected to the earth. Keep a little bit of softness behind your knees so they're not locked out. Being kind to your hamstrings. And then we're going to take a full breath in, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, hinge forward, a seated forward fold. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. You're just stretching out the back side of your body, again, keeping some softness behind your knees. It doesn't make any difference how low you get or where your hands go. Be nice to yourself. Take one more breath in, one more breath out. And then walk your hands back up your legs to come back to a seat. Bend your knees. Take your hands out in front of you. And then let's lower back to where you're on the resting edge of your sitting bones. Pull up through the heart and start to lift one foot at a time to come back into your boat. We have to end it on a little bit of strength too, Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. We're going to start to lower into low boat. Take your time. You're pulling into the low belly. Hover in your low boat. You're probably shaking like a chihuahua now. That's okay. And now release, let go, and lower all the way down to the ground. You can take your arms up overhead for a full body stretch. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Keeping your hands up overhead on the ground, so you're lying down, flat-bodied. Just start to take a little bit of a C curve, stretching out those right side ribs. So your fingertips are going to the left. Your feet are also going to the left. You're kind of making like the C curve, a little banana. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then taking your feet back into center and your hands back into center, still over your head. Curve yourself the other way, stretching out the left side of your body. Big breath in, big breath out. Come back to center, bring your arms down by your sides, bend your knees. Take a full breath in. We're going to take one bridge. Press down through your heels as you lift up through your hips. Use your quads. Let them do the work here. You can walk your arm bones in underneath you and interlace your hands beneath your low back. Keep breathing, pulling in and up. It's almost like there's a rope around your waist. Your hip bones are going straight up toward the ceiling. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more breath in. And then rise up onto your toes. Lift your arms up overhead and nice and slow, take yourself down one vertebrae at a time. Really slow it down. When your hips reconnect with the earth, let your feet reconnect. Bring your hands back down by your sides. And then one by one, draw your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Give yourself a great big hug. You could rock a little bit right to left. And then with your next breath, push both heels up toward the ceiling. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Just allow gravity to continue this process of reversing, letting all the energy and the fluids in your legs come back down into the center of your body. Giving your heart a nice little reset, giving your nervous system a lovely little reset. And I bet, my hope is that when class is over, if you needed a perspective shift, it's happened. How can it not? You've been breathing and taking care of yourself for the last 50 minutes. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Nice and slow, start to bend your knees. Bring your feet back down to the earth one at a time. Give yourself one last hug, and then if you'd like to reach down, separating your knees to find the outside edges of your feet, you can take a happy baby. Again, rocking a little bit right to left might feel really nice in your low back. And then when you're ready, you can slowly let go of your feet and extend your legs long on your mat. Take the right heel to the right corner and the left heel to the left corner. Open up your arms away from your side bodies, and if you have a blanket or something to cover yourself with, great. Maybe a little something to cover your eyes would be lovely as well. Take a full breath in as you settle in and prepare for Shavasana, and take a full breath out. And again, without judgment, without rushing and wondering when it's going to be over, just enjoy the settling into this final pose of your practice. Take one more breath in and one more breath out, and I will ring the bells when it's time to come out of Shavasana. Start to deepen your breath. Bring some movement into your fingers and into your toes. Maybe soften your face. Release any tension in your eyes. And then with your next breath, you can start to inhale your knees into your chest and gently roll to your right side. And then when you're ready, use your hands to push yourself up to a seat. Sit nice and tall. Take one more breath in, sweeping the arms up overhead, lifting up, more length in your spine, and then exhale, bring your hands right into your heart space. The light and truth in me sees that in each and every one of you. Whether you practice with me live or you watch these classes at a later date, know that I'm with you in spirit. And together we say, Namaste.